Should we start with the new model that you guys are releasing? Yeah, what's that all about? Tell us all about that.
Yes, so today we are officially releasing our G3 2020, which is actually the longer range version of the existing G3 model we're selling on the Chinese market. It is actually a much improved car. We actually will have a range, the low end will be 400 kilometer and the high end up to 520 kilometer in mixed driving conditions. That place, G3 is probably the longest range among its own class peers. And also with the range improvement, we actually also upgraded a number of hardware and software components. For example, it will have optimized our chassis, so it's much better driving comfort, as well as much more improved braking distance. And on top of it, we also added safety features. For example, the battery with higher range, also with more safer design. So it's actually IP68 water and dust approved, so it's much more safe to be used. And also the software side, we actually gonna equip with our latest Xpilot 2.5 autonomous driving ADAS system, as well as AI features, including camera that can monitor your fatigue levels.
All right, and hopefully stop the car if you're falling asleep. What's your projection here? How many cars are you looking to sell of this one? And do you think that's a trend moving forward across the board for EVs, that you will need longer range EVs? Because I would imagine there's a marketing demand, which is why you created this product.
Yeah, so we have a very high expectation for this product because it's very competitive in its class, as I mentioned. So we'll start selling now, so we'll ramp up the volume as we go in the coming months. The first delivery is expected by the end of August for this model. What we expect in China is that I think the market is going to be coming up with new and better products. And also, I think with the government's shift from subsidy to the consumer to building infrastructures as well as providing other supports for manufacturers like us, I think it continues to see strong growth in the market.
Brian, it's Tom in Beijing. Good to see you again. You had 10,000 deliveries earlier this year. Give us an update of the monthly deliveries and what kind of margins. Can you give us a steer, as it were, on what margins you're getting now out of these units?
Well, monthly delivery, we actually, for the last 3 months, we have achieved the #1 status among all the EV startups. So for April, we have delivered over 2,200. For the month of May, we delivered over 2,700. That's probably, magnitude, I would say, above our, EV startup peers. In terms of our own expectation for the market, I think the rest of the year will be we'll see probably a softening in July and August because I think that some of the purchases has happened in June because subsidy reduction. But I think the recovery will pick up probably in September and October.
Well, that ties into my next question then. What is your view on the prospects then for the broader Chinese auto market? Because, of course, we saw for the first time sales picking up for the first time in 13 months. Are you feeling more positive about the broader auto market? Can it be sustained?
Yeah, I think, the June number actually looks promising. There's stabilization in the overall sales. I will not say there's a strong pickup yet, but I think we start to see recovery from the previous month. What's interesting is that the new energy vehicles, or EVs, actually has grown last month, year-over-year number of almost 100% growth, which is obviously unprecedented in the recent periods that we have observed. That partially is driven by the subsidy reduction that spurred some of the purchasing demand early. That's why I think it will lead to some of the softening in July. But overall, I think what's interesting is that after the subsidy cut, you did not see actually consumer end price to go up, which means that consumer demand actually will maintain, I think, in a strong level. So I have very strong, I would say, confidence that the market will continue to grow very strongly for the EV market. And one other factor I think will drive is that in July, you will see actually China government strictly enforcing the new emission standard, which means that a lot of the traditional gas engine cars will not be able to be sold in the Chinese market, which I think also helps the transition towards new energy vehicles.
Yeah, how is your current round of fundraising going? When do you expect things to wrap up? We were speaking with the WM Motors founder, Freeman Shen. They were thinking about trying to get $1 billion of global fundraising. Could you match something like that?
Well, I don't want to go into a matching game, but we are actually on track with our financing. We actually hopefully we can get some news to you guys soon. I think I'm not gonna mention a number. Obviously in this market it's still quite volatile. But I think we have gotten a lot of strong interest and we're on track to get something done.
You've mentioned 600 million before. Is that a likely target?
I think that's achievable target.
Okay.
Ballpark.